there was a young man I was training, and because mentorship is my thing, and I let him run with the deal. It was a very, very small deal with a small client, and I figured if he makes a mistake, nobody dies.
Right.
So he's working with this client and talking to me about it on a daily basis. And the guy was in the manufacturing business. He was manufacturing some kind of small parts that went into they were components for electronics.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a very small business. He had worked for a large company, and he said, I can do this. And he went and started his own business. And he was 5 years or so in, and he had a real business with real revenues. So this fellow Kerry represented him as my mentee. I was guiding him all along. They signed a lease, and the guy calls Kerry and he says, I've got a problem here. I'm in this 10,000 square foot space, and the rent is supposed to be $6 a foot per year, which would be $5,000 a month.
Yep.
And unfortunately, I signed a lease that said per month instead of per year. So the rent was 10 times higher, 12 times higher than what he thought he was paying. So the rent was $720,000 for the year instead of 60,000.
Right.
And Kerry comes to me, he says, what am I going to do? And this could put a person out of business.
Yeah.
And I said, well, as your mentor, I'm going to tell you, I'm sorry that I didn't read the lease. I might have noticed that it said per month instead of per year. I said, but in legal terms, when you make a mistake like that, and it's clear what the intent was, you could actually win a case if there was litigation saying we didn't mean to do per month.
Right.
So he went back to the landlord, and the landlord said, oh, I didn't see that either. It was like an honest mistake.
Oh.
So they fixed it.
Wow.